Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So basically let's just jump in. So this is gonna be a vlog. Yay! Hence why my hair is a bit and I have no makeup on. It's just the evening, I've already showered, etc, etc. So put on medicine on my face, so I'm not gonna be putting on anything else. Anyways, great intro. How are you? I hope you're well. Basically, yeah, so this is a vlog, as I've said. And tonight is a Thursday night, and I used to vlog on this channel. I really enjoyed vlogging, but then I fell ill and I fell behind on the editing, and I kept vlogging but I just didn't upload. I had a lot going on in my life. I really do enjoy vlogging. I love it. But eventually even that was put aside. So I kind of closed down the channel, and I've been dealing with mental health and a lot of physical health issues. But recently, but I've made a lot of progress. This was months ago that I shut down the channel, and I've decided that I'm going to bring it up again. So I am kind of taking a small little summer vacation and doing some me time. I do a lot of intensive therapy, both physically and mentally, so I've decided to kind of just take a week or so. I'm gonna keep my next week appointments, but then after that take some time off just to kind of be in summer and address me, and I think that's an important thing to do. Which leads me to my next point, is that yes, I have physical and mental health issues. So one of the biggest things that I want to communicate in this vlog series, I would say, hopefully I'll do normal vlogging after this series, but mainly I really wanted to start vlogging because I'm feeling really good about getting my house in order. And so one of the things is that I have chronic illness, I have a lot of physical maladies that affect my life, but I suffer from mental health illness. So I have depression, which I've suffered from for a long time, and extreme anxiety, horrible panic attacks, very bad. I have chronic nightmares that affect my sleep and cause me to be very tired in the day. But the biggest thing that affects me in my life, and most likely probably every aspect of my life, is my PTSD. And for those of you who suffer from any type of mental illness, or specifically PTSD, it can be very hard to function. It chips away at you, it takes all your energy, it takes your social life, and people say that, but I kind of just wanted to vlog to kind of, one, connect with anyone out there who's like me, who needs a friend, who needs to see someone else, not hiding. And I don't blame anyone for hiding. I hide. I definitely hide. It's hard to be out there showing this. But also for anyone who kind of just doesn't understand or wants to understand or likes to see different types of lifestyle and how people live. And I mean, that's why the name of my channel is Christina Ordinaire, is that I enjoy ordinary life, even though my life isn't really what you would call normal, or what the majority of people go through. Majority of people don't go through this, but lots of people suffer from some variation of mental health, physical health, emotional instability. Something hard is happening in their life. So it's ordinary. And anyways, ordinary life's extraordinary, which is cliche, but I think it's true. Being alive and breathing and remembering that is really important. Anyways, I'm just rambling. So basically, one of the things that's hardest with any type of mental or physical health issue is that it's exhausting and it's alienating. So what I mean by that is working through trauma, talking about really hard things can literally leave you physically exhausted and also leave you mentally exhausted. So you might go home and be a couch potato and watch YouTube or videos all evening long after a mentally hard day, or you might literally just need to sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep. For example, I made a lot of really intense and hard decisions. I had a lot of conversations this week. I even today's a Thursday night. On Monday, I was like, I had a very bad panic attack, and I hadn't had one in like 3 weeks, and so like that was really hard for me, and I'm just literally like slept. I just all today I've been in bed just sleeping, and I'm just exhausted. I'm not lazy. I don't get up and, you know, eat snacks and watch YouTube in my bed. Not that if that's what you're doing to cope as your depression, that sometimes that's what people need, and they do. Sometimes people just need to have a Saturday where they veg, even if they don't have mental health issues, and they go to work 40 hours a week and then they veg. But when I say I've been in bed all day, I mean I have been sleeping all day. I wake up and I'm like, oh, it's 7:30. I'm immediately back asleep. 11, 2, 4, 6. Finally, I'm awake. I'm incommunicado to all my friends and all my family because I'm just out. So that being said, it's exhausting. It can be hard to work. One, because of, you know, mental capacity. It can be hard to keep up with the daily grind. It's also, you're physically tired. And thirdly, depending on your work environment, it can be traumatic in the sense that loud noises, lots of people yelling, too many processes coming in, it all starts to sound like jumble because you are panicking. You can't, you don't feel safe in the environment anymore because you can't keep track of all the moving objects. Like retail is really hard. Retail is really hard to stay in. Some jobs, like in my case, one, retail is really hard. Secondly, some jobs just, I never used to do retail. I used to do other types of work, and then I went into retail when I could no longer manage those higher responsibility jobs. Higher responsibility jobs are really hard because if you're having a bad day, you fail to meet those deadlines, and there's just shame and guilt and sorrow, and you failed your responsibility and people are relying on you. So the higher responsibility jobs I just couldn't do anymore. And then also thirdly, for me specifically with work, is that some jobs just remind me of jobs I was doing when I went through my trauma, and I just can't do it. It's like if you went through something really traumatic when eating chocolate ice cream and you just don't eat chocolate ice cream anymore. Even though you love chocolate ice cream, you just can't manage to do it because every time you eat it, it just reminds you of that. Like, you know, I was eating chocolate ice cream when the Twin Towers were hit, or I was eating chocolate ice cream when I got in a car crash. Whatever it is, that's how it is for work for me with some specific jobs that I have degrees for. I can go out and get one and I'm qualified, but I just can't do it. So that takes away work. Sorry, that was a really long speech on just a little pie, you know, little sliver of life that's work. But I think work is the hardest thing for people to understand when people with depression or other health issues or mental health issues say they can't work. It's very hard to, for many reasons and different reasons, but that's okay. Secondly, it takes away, well, family, because even if you have a family that loves and supports and cares for you, like I do, they wouldn't ever use the word burden because they don't find me a burden, but I am a aspect of their life. Like, my parents pay for my housing and they support me, and my mother goes to doctor's appointments with me, and she, you know, tends to be, when I'm having a really bad day or if I'm in a great deal of pain, she'll bring me groceries. She goes grocery shopping for me a lot and stuff like that. So while she might not call it a burden, it's a added aspect to their life that takes away time, and so they become tired, or they've been with you, so when it's Saturday they really kind of just want to be alone because they've been with you all week, whereas like, it's Saturday, let's hang out as a family, and they're like, I've seen you so much, which my family is really great and supportive, but in some ways it kind of chips down on family because you're taking up, you're using your family points not to watch TV or go to the beach or eat picnics. You're using your family points for health reasons, and they have their own lives and their own jobs and their own things to do. So There's only so much they can give. Social life. Sometimes you lose friends just because they don't understand. Sometimes you lose friends because they are in a position where they need and you can't give. You're the one needing as well. So like that's hard too. So when there's two friends who need and you aren't able to like give and take from each other, you just aren't able to give what that friend needs. Like for example, some friends that really want like every single day to talk, or they want to talk like immediately, you know, they want an immediate response. Those friends kind of get lost in translation if they don't understand that like I'm sleeping or I'm hiding today or I'm really depressed. And it's really hard that you can't be there for your friends. I'm not saying it's their fault. They're a friend and they need, and you're a friend who needs, and sometimes that doesn't work. Secondly, sometimes it doesn't work because they all are working. They all have schedules that are not your schedule. Your doctor schedules don't fit in with their work schedules. Friends can also be hard because when you're not working, you don't have money. And if they're working, they have money. For example, recently, my friends all went up to San Fran and they shared a hotel room and they shared like cost of gas and cost of food. And they had this great experience that I really wanted to go on, but I just didn't have the money to do it. And my friends invited me and they want to hang out still, like they still like me, but it's just something I missed out on that I wish I really could have gone to, that I just couldn't go to. Also I just couldn't go to because I have two cats, Milo and Lily, which you'll see in these vlogs, and they're emotional support animals. They have little papers and all that kind of stuff, and they're therapy animals, and I can't just get up and leave them. I can't really sleep the night without them. So that becomes a barrier with friends as well. You can't just like I have a friend who lives on the coast, and when I go to her house, she's always like, oh, just stay over, like we have pajamas for you and stuff, and that gets really hard. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I don't have my cats. What if I have a panic attack? I don't have the right meds. Oh, I wasn't planning on doing this. It gets really hard, and luckily, most of all my friends have been very understanding. I would say all my friends have been understanding, because those who aren't really my friends anymore aren't my friends anymore. So if you're a friend and you're watching it, you're understanding. Like, I have some past friends that have fallen away with time. So that's kind of friends. So like work, social, family, and then just me. The me part is kind of gone. This series is going to be working on my house and cleaning up my house, and which you'll see in a moment, and I'll explain why that's kind of important. But you know, reading different books. So there's like the life-changing something of tidying up, and there's other books on like cleaning up and paring down, and I found that to be really difficult recently because, you know, the rule of like, oh, if you don't wear it in 5 months, get rid of it. Or if you haven't used it in a year, get rid of it. I haven't used it in a year, not because I didn't use it, but because I can't use it. So those items, I don't know what to do with them. And like, I have a lot of craft supplies, a lot. But like I used to go through them, but then they kind of just started to like accumulate and sit there because like I would buy projects to do, but then not have the energy to finish them. So I have a lot of like knitting, a lot of this and a lot of that. And if I go by the principle, if you haven't used them in a year, it's like I'd have to get rid of everything. But I'm like, I haven't used it in a year because it hasn't given me joy in a very long time, but the reason it has not given me joy is not because it's failing me. It's because I'm not me right now. And with depression, you don't feel joy in things you normally take joy in. Like if you are a painter and you normally paint and you love painting, and then suddenly you're battling PTSD or depression or chronic illness or chronic pain, and you can't, you know, use your hands properly, or you just don't feel inspired to paint, or you're just sad and you just can't do it. If you were to come back in a year of battling and say, oh, well, you haven't used your art supplies in a year, you'd sit there and think, well, I haven't used them because I haven't been able to, because it's art and it's not bringing me joy, so I can't paint. It's not there. Or I haven't been able to literally lift up the paintbrush, but it's still my passion. So that, who you are as a person, gets chipped away at. All the things that used to bring you joy tend to fall away as far as bringing you joy, and new things don't bring you joy, and you don't work, and your family's dynamic is different, and your social dynamic is different, and soon you get to this place where you don't know who you are. You're just a patient, and that's a really hard place to be in, and you don't know what brings you joy, and you don't know who you are anymore. And I just said that, and I just repeated it. It's important. Anyways, so for me, now all of my friends who know me, I'm not exactly the cleanest person in the world, but I'm very good at cleaning. Your house, I'll get that thing in shape, no problem. My stuff, no. So, like, I literally have been paid to clean and organize. People have paid me to clean and organize, and you will be completely shocked when you see my home. Because I have, like, emotional issues with stuff, like, because of everything I've been through, and then also, secondly, the mental health and the exhaustion. That's why I talked so much about exhaustion at the beginning of this video, because I want you to understand that it's exhausting. So anyways, I think it's time to show you my house. I don't want to show you my house. I don't want to show you my house. But what I'm going to do in this series is I'm going to slowly work my way through my house using vlogging to bring me joy, because I know that vlogging is enjoyable and I like helping people, and I hope it helps you. And I know, like, inside, I know how to be clean. I know how to be organized. I know how to sort. I know how to create inventory systems. Like, I used to do this for money, but it's big. And one of the first things I'll say is, if you try to tackle the whole thing at once, it's not going to go well. So, for example, start in a small place in your house. And I've done this before when I've gone through, like, depressive times and then felt better and I've conquered my house. So I know this works, and we're gonna make it work, and you're gonna come on the journey with me if you're willing to. If not, I guess I won't see you again. But let's see, let's turn the light. Light. No, that doesn't work. That's not the right type of light. You can't see my house because there's no light. So as you can see, for example, my bookcase. What should be on a bookcase? Oh, it's not going. Give me a second. I'm trying to turn on a lamp. There we go. There we are. So, for example, my bookcase. What should be on a bookcase, friends? Books. Not magazines lying down. Not junk mail. Not dessert. Although, like, it's right, this is where I sit for TV, so might as well have the dessert there. But, like, not lunch, not nail polish remover, definitely not scarves. That should just be hung up. I have a place for channel changers. What's down here? Oh, this is, like, my beach bag. Yeah, just stuff that, like, really shouldn't be on a bookshelf. All right, so we're gonna go over here into the living room, into the, well, not to the living room. We're gonna start in the bathroom. Okay, alrighty. I'm going to show you my house in the next clip. I think so, because I just realized that it's 18 minutes. So I will catch you in the next clip, and I'm gonna tour you my house.